This is Mario once again with MIA Microflight, and this is the second part of this project that I've been working on. This is a 3D printed boxcar, and these are the train tracks that I showed in my first part of the video. This is, I wanted to give a little more information on this particular design here. It's more of a freestyle design. By that I mean that the dimensions are not exact to a particular scale. I actually started with a track as that this is the defining item or the defining feature when you start doing something like this, and then from there I worked my way up into the wheel assemblies, and then I started doing the boxcar. When I was doing my first prints on the panels that you see for the boxcar, I ran into a little bit of a problem with my 3D printer. I didn't take into account that my 3D printer it's only 10 by 10 on the print platform, and so I could not print this at the full scale. And so what I did is I reduced some of these panels in size so that it would print on my machine, and that's the reason for the deviation in true scale. This track is 1 and 7/8 between center line and center line of track, and at those dimensions for the track, this boxcar would have to be, according to my scales here, the 3 scales here. So according to that scale, 1.875 between tracks, which is the one in purple here, the dimensions of the car would have had to been 3.75 in width, 3.125 in height, and so this car is actually 2 by 3. So I had to massage those figures, and that's the reason why this car is sort of on the inside instead of on the outside, edge-wise or face-wise, from the sides of these wheel assemblies. But it doesn't look too bad, and I have been more concerned with trying to fit, like I said, these parts on the on my machine, but remaining the same dimensions here, because this allows for a really nice size track. I could have done this at 1.5, but at 1.5 and even at 1 inch, you start getting very, very small on this. And I wanted to have a little more of a wider base in respect to the car itself, so that little kids can play with this a little bit easier. It's a little more sturdy, I think, in that respect. So that's one of the things that I wanted to point out in this video. I am going to make some other ones in true scale to 1.5 with a 1.5 track, which would also work with these 1.5. I just have to change the dimensions of the axle and the centerpiece here to adjust for the 1.5 track instead of the 1.875. And this proportions of this boxcar would be more in line with a 1.5 size track. I mean, it's not very much. So that's the other option. I can go, but as you can see here in this video, it's for just for fun. It's a very nice boxcar, and I really like the fact that without doing this on purpose, I actually like the visual aspect of the wheel assemblies. They really come out here. They're almost in line with this side panel, and so you can appreciate it. So from an aesthetical point of view, you're not hiding the wheel assemblies with this panel being a little bit more on the outside, more wider, and so I kind of like that. And as I said, it allows me to print these panels on my 10 by 10 Anycubic platform. So that's where I'm at with this. I will continue to do another one of these. The other one has windows and similar doors, sliding doors. These, by the way, have sliding doors. And on my next one, I'm going to make provisions on the 3D printed doors to have magnetic latches. So when you close this, it latches onto to the door itself, or maybe at the bottom here. This one right here, I did a stop here for the door so they don't slide, because this door without that stop can slide, and then you have an opening here which is not very attractive. So I did that stop there. So on my next one I will implement I've already done that on the 3D on the CAD model, implemented those door stops right here, and so you can see the base is very simplistic but functional. These are the posts, reinforcement posts for the pivoting bolts that are supposed to go there, and I'm not even using a nylock nut on this one here. I will be using that in later versions, but in this one I didn't have to do it because the screw self-threads right into the plastic part from underneath here. This has doors on both sides, and I think that would be a nice little feature for little kids, to play with this, and I don't know, put little toys and little animals, people inside the cars, and they'll be able to close it, and it just it gives it a little more immersive feel, to this particular boxcar. This by no means is came out perfect. I am going to clean up all these tolerance imperfections here. This one actually came out a little bit too tight, and that's why you see these pieces here. I actually broke this end right here, but I'm going to just put a plate here, and that should still keep this as a working cart. And I will also clean up like I said, the tolerances, so this fits a little bit more loose. This is assembled with CA glue. These are posts here that interlock via tongue and groove sort of fit. So when these two panels are joined together, this just slips over that, and it locks both panels at each of the four corners. And that's how I built this little truck. This right here, I wanted to keep this simple, and so I ended up just doing these slats horizontal instead of I could have gone vertical to match these these vertical ones right here on the side panels, but I think a little variation on the length here with the verticals, it looks it gives it a bit more just a bit more character, I think, instead of just having everything vertical. What else? So yeah, I am going to complete the other trucks. I have two more trucks to complete, and then I'm going to work on the fire engine. By the way, I've also done these little clips here. This is just my second iteration. It's a prototype of the clips that are going to go on these cars underneath. They're going to be underneath like that, and these have these springs built into these little hooks here, and so that the cars can hook to each other once they're in place. This will pivot on that center hole, and because it's got this spring right here, built-in spring, this will have a stop on the underneath the car, and so when you press these together from car to car, this will give, and it'll engage via. Oh, this is on the other side. This will engage via the action of this built-in spring here, once it's on the car at the pivot point. And so this is where I'm at. So stay tuned for more.